everyone. Welcome. It's another week, another dollar. It's time for the XoneBros to make you holler. We are the XoneBros.
Did you just do that on the fly?
I just did that on the fly. It's what happens when I'm tired.
So
That's like a saying, though.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's-
Okay, never.
it's like
Okay,
usual
then you
thing.
actually dropped a couple notches. I was
Yeah.
going to say you went up a couple
Oh,
notches
dang
in my
it.
book. Yeah.
Dang it. Welcome, everybody.
And
to
the fact that you said, yeah, I made it up on the fly meant.
I just remembered that saying on the fly.
Oh.
I accessed my
okay.
files, my brain files. Welcome, everybody, to the XoneBros. This is podcast number 228. As always, we're joined by the bros, the XoneBros. First and foremost, it's Mr. McSpicy, Mark Haywood.
Hello. Let me fix my camera.
Second,
Hey, everybody.
It's Jordan the Man, Jordan Paskett.
Hello.
And last but not least, I am X1. We are the XoneBros. It has been quite a week. A lot of news that we're going to get to. First announcement that I want to make before we get started, though, the community play has been pushed back to September 29th. It's going to be a Halo Master Chief collection unless before the 29th, PUBG drops its custom matches.
Yeah.
If not, it's going to be a Halo Master Chief collection. So stay tuned for that. Blackout, Call of Duty Blackout.
We're just jumping in.
We're just jumping right in.
Jump in.
It's the beta is here. We've all had a chance to play it now.
Yeah.
McSpicy actually was just playing it right before the show.
Well, yeah, we were
experience
streaming.
it.
We streamed it. Everyone here live got to see me do a terrible job at first, but then we realized I was blind.
Last week we talked about it, and last week we had watched others play it, and just it looked fabulous. The hype was real. We felt. Now, having had a chance to play it, McSpicy, I want to get your first impressions on the Call of Duty Blackout mode. Now, keep in mind this is only a beta, but what are your first impressions over? And you're a Call of Duty guy, or you were a Call of Duty guy.
Yeah.
You went to rehab.
Mm-hmm.
You got off the sauce.
Yeah.
But does this get you hooked again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that simple.
Yeah.
It's that good.
I played. So full disclosure, I played literally a game and a half.
3 matches. You played 3 matches.
I played 3 matches.
3 matches. We just did 3 matches for you.
I did 3 matches.
Did 3 matches. The first one, remember, we were adjusting audio. Then you did 2.
Oh, well then. No, I thought I only did 2.
Well, maybe.
Oh.
Well, whatever.
I didn't play much, but what I played, I enjoyed substantially.
Substantially.
It was so fun. Oh my goodness.
What stands out to you?
It's Call of Duty in a massive map. Maps in Call of Duty are like the size of a soccer field.
Yeah.
That's a big map. This was there's vehicles. I got on a quad and drove around, saw some flowers, got to see some blue lights.
That where there are zombies.
Mm-hmm.
How did gunplay feel like traditional Call of Duty?
It felt better than any battle royale yet.
Yeah.
I would be honest. I mean, a lot of people in chat that were playing or were watching me play were saying that it is a faster. Like if you were to compare this to like a PUBG, it's a much faster Twitch kind of twitchy game.
That's Call of Duty though.
Yeah, but I didn't notice any glitches, which already puts it ahead of every other battle royale game out there.
Yeah. No, that's true. Especially
it felt
PUBG.
tight. It felt like a Call of Duty. The tightness of Call of Duty.
Let me ask you this, because you are a big fan of the building aspect of Fortnite.
Yeah, I think that's a great
model
mechanic to the game. Yeah.
However, with such good gunplay that Call of Duty is notorious for, do you think that trumps?
No, well, I mean,
Fortnite?
because
what do you think?
No, because I don't say Call of Duty. I don't think that the lack of building hurts this game at all. I think building is a great mechanic for the style of the third-person shooter and how Fortnite works. I think that's a great mechanic for that game.
Yeah.
This game is going to be far more positional. Position, like where you put yourself, where you're looking over, how you angle your shots, and around corners and everything. That still is important in Fortnite, but in a game where you can be completely exposed, it just changes the dynamic. I don't think you need building. I don't think you don't need building.
Yeah.
I think it just changes the dynamic and it gives you something else to play with. Like if you played Fortnite and you like building like I do, that's totally awesome. I like PUBG. And that game is great without building. I don't think you need it or you exclude it. It is just a different dynamic, and you adapt, and it makes the game if every game was the exact same, I would be bored out of my mind.
Yeah. Well, there would be no purpose in making additional games, right?
But this game, I mean, nothing against PUBG because PUBG is an excellent game, but Call of Duty has a very tight feeling gunplay.
Yeah.
And this, I killed a man with a pistol. I was so proud of myself.
Well, here's what I noticed in watching you play. You are a Call of Duty guy, and the Call of Duty style of gunplay, I could see it. You just fit right into it. You know what I mean? Like you moved differently than other first-person shooters. You move like a Call of Duty
strafing
player.
and how I strafe and everything,
shooting and stuff like that. So that it just felt like a natural fit.
Super excited. This. I strongly recommend everyone that enjoys shooters to take a look at this.
Yeah.
To take a look and judge for yourself because that was fun. Initially, when you jump out, you have your squirrel suit, and I'm just Supermaning across
and
the map.
Squirrel suit is sweet. It feels good.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was fun.
So, Organic Avenger in chat says Fortnite has building for what it lacks in gunplay. If Call of Duty has a world built on solid map design and mechanics, it stands on its own.
Yeah, but see, lacks in gunplay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's definitely not gunplay that is this. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's very different. Yeah, because I kind of like Fortnite's gunplay minus some of the shotguns.
Sure.
Mechanics, but they're doing fixing it. I don't want to degrade from Fortnite because I think that game, it's whimsical, it's fun, it's a battle royale style game that has it's zany, and I think everything in that matches that game perfectly. And this, I think battle royale fits the Call of Duty gameplay perfectly.
So well.
I
agree.
That was fun. I had a very fun time right before the show playing it.
Yeah.
And I want to play more so I can get mad at it, again, because I really didn't get mad until that whole time I was playing. So maybe if I play it more, I'll be more disappointed. But as of right now, I thought it was very fun.
Ronan in chat says Call of Duty, Fortnite, and PUBG will all still thrive. I agree with it.
Yeah.
I don't think the question will be which one will be on top. There will
Fortnite.
always be a race for number one.
I'm just gonna go out here and say this. They did the Microsoft move in the 80s where they gave free computers to elementary schools.
Yeah.
Fortnite has kids.
Yeah, it really does.
That is going to always put them on top.
Yeah.
That was a smart move.
I will say right now, though, when you look at streaming, and I mean, everybody's streaming this game, and it's universally, everyone is hyped for it. That's huge.
You have to pay for this game.
So I was skeptical.
You have to pay for it.
I was skeptical, and I said this last week about these big publishers jumping into Battle Royale. Will it feel gimmicky or just added on? And I think... I think the Battle Royale mode of my choice will be from one of these AAA publisher games, like Call of Duty. Like I sat down, I played about an hour and a half today, so I played probably 10 matches total, and I can't remember the last time I had that much fun in 10 matches. They just nailed it. And I'm not a Call of Duty person by any means. Battlefield would be my preference, and it just felt so good.
Yeah.
So Jordan was over at my house, and we were playing it together at first earlier today.
That's cute.
And Jordan made a comment. Jordan said that he thinks PUBG needs to step it up. Out of the three, he thinks PUBG is the one that's still lacking. Jordan, would you like to expound on that?
Well, yeah,
thought?
okay. So I mean, I like PUBG, right? I have nothing against PUBG. I think was it Ronan in chat earlier when we were playing? He was saying Blackout's a little bit more fast paced.
Yeah.
And PUBG's a little bit more tactical, which I agree with. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
Right. So they're different games, but it just feels like now. Given this, last time I played PUBG was about a week and a half ago.
Okay.
So it was before the 1.0 patch.
Sure.
Right. So
sure.
So the 1. I haven't played since the full release patch came out, so it's probably a little bit more stable and stuff like that. But I just feel like I don't know. It just didn't feel as polished. Like PUBG doesn't feel as polished as the other
after 2 years.
Yeah, and I get they were in early access and all this stuff, and I get all that, and I have nothing against them. I like PUBG. I have fun playing PUBG, but it just doesn't feel as polished. And then you got Fortnite that's doing really well, which does feel very polished, and then you got this game, which is still in alpha, and yes, it has its problems and issues that I have with it, but it still feels a lot more polished and ready to go. You know what I mean? And the reason I said that about PUBG is because I feel like Blackout is more comparable to PUBG than it is
definitely
Fortnite.
I would agree with that completely.
Because
it's first person.
Well, yeah,
First
it's first person. Well, I mean, it's first person. PUBG has first person and third person, right? But
Yeah.
the loot system is very similar. It has its armor level 1, 2, and 3. It has the guns you pick up. You can pick up specific scopes. You actually have to pick up ammo. I mean, you have to pick up ammo.
I
But I mean,
gotcha.
it's
Yeah.
the layout of the loot system and grabbing things and exploring it. I feel like it's a little bit closer to PUBG, and that's why I compared it to that over Fortnite.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like it's a little bit more similar to PUBG than it is Fortnite.
So I
but-
think I have a couple thoughts here. I think Battlefield 5. What do they bring to the table that's different? I mean, in a battle royale mode,
destruction and
Frostbite.
amazing graphics.
the Frostbite
The
engine,
pretty factor.
the pretty factor, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it's gonna be
World War II prosthetic arms.
one of the major differences is the gunplay felt tight.
Yeah,
And-
so good.
I mean, PUBG still is kind of, it still feels awkward for
Well, it feels
me.
janky,
Yeah, and
but that is also part of PUBG's charm.
I guess. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I like PUBG, and I think
I do
their
too.
gunplay is different. Like, it is more tactical, like Ronan was saying
I
earlier.
think PUBG. Correct me if I'm wrong, and people in chat might disagree with this or whatnot. It feels like PUBG is fading. Like PUBG was the founders of this. It was the original.
Well, I don't think fading's right. I mean, we're riding a wave of hype.
No, that's
right
true.
now.
This is true.
So
Granted,
I don't think it's fading.
That's true. Fair enough.
It's
It
just something new and exciting, so we're all talking about it
Yeah.
and seeing it and experiencing
It just feels like Fortnite is doing so much all the time.
Ronan's right on. So Ronan in chat says it's janky because it's the most realistic. I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's more of a simulator than an arcade shooter.
Which it came from Arma. It came from Arma, which the point of Arma is simulation. Touche, Ronan.
It has
yeah.
roots in Arma. It didn't come from Arma.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the original.
Yeah, that's
mode
where player
was
unknown.
modded in Arma.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I would agree with that. Yeah, that's
Okay,
why
so
it feels
maybe
janky.
faded is the wrong word, but it just feels like it could be forgotten about. Like it just.
well, they're
It's
doing
like the
they're
redheaded kid in the
look,
back of the room
look-
that you would just forget about. What? The redheaded
That's a
stepchild.
redheaded
Just always forget
Con-
about.
competition brings out the best in the game, right? And
Yeah.
and since Fortnite has come out, PUBG has
This is
implemented
true.
a lot of new stuff.
This is
And
true.
they did come out, which I really appreciate. They did come out with their roadmap of, hey, we're doing the patches. You know what I mean? Their patch roadmap about how to make things more optimized,
Yeah.
make the game better. They have released new maps and stuff like that. So I mean, they are coming out, and this is, I mean, competition's good, right? If another guy comes in and is doing really well, it's going to force them to do really well, right?
Yeah. We're entering an interesting
Put it this
time.
way: I think Blackout can be like, because we always, when you talk about battle royale, you're always, oh my gosh, that kitten scared the crap out of me.
Wait, you're talking about there's literally
Sorry.
a cat.
No,
at
yeah,
Jordan's
there's literally
feet.
a cat like right under.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, it
cat,
scared the
get
crap
ready.
out of me.
Okay, continue.
Anyway,
what
sorry.
were you saying?
I was confused about that
Yeah.
analogy.
yeah. Look, so when you talk about battle royale, we're always talking about PUBG and Fortnite, right?
Sure.
Now, given we've only played a day, right?
Yeah.
How fun this was and how well they did it. I think when talking about battle royale, you might be talking about the three of them now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? PUBG, Fortnite.
Well, you
Blackout.
think about. I mean, it's like McSpicy has said this before. It's the new team deathmatch.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's going to be in everything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's going to be.
It's
really,
a good game
It's
mode.
going to be really interesting to see as the market becomes more saturated. Where do all the chips fall?
And the
Where
thing
does
is,
everybody end
I
up?
like that it's more fast paced because I think it's more fast paced than even Fortnite.
Oh no, it definitely is.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So, and I mean, the gunplay is tight, like Mark said. It is quick and twitchy, but that's just that style of game. Call of Duty is a twitchy first person.
You're going to
shooter,
have
right?
Battlefield's going to be the next big one.
Yeah, and that'll be.
But
an interesting
also,
one
Red
to
Dead
see.
Redemption is going to have a battle royale mode. What does Red Dead Redemption do with it? As the market,
They got Cowboys. They're good.
yeah, as the market becomes more saturated, where does everybody land, and who rises to the top, who drops to the
Well,
bottom?
no, you're looking at it like this is their only. I think this is just another team deathmatch.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
This
I
is the
wasn't
new
here.
team. This is.
You're dealing with a cat.
I actually. Yeah, you were taking away the cat. I said you've been saying it's the new team deathmatch. You're absolutely correct. Like
Oh,
that's
okay.
Car
and you
games will
can
have
see
it soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forza's gonna have
Car-
it.
car-
Forza's gonna have
Forza's
a
gonna
battle
have
Forza
royale.
kind of has. No, it
They
wasn't
have it in,
Forza.
like Infection and King
it
of the
was
Hill.
the Crew 2.
The Crew 2 is gonna have battle royale.
Well,
yeah.
it already kind of had their own version. Remember the one where we're all? It's like the opposite. We're trying to race
oh
away.
yeah, race away. Yeah, 100 players racing away.
Yeah,
So
trying to go as far away from
now
that
I
big circle.
believe I believe it's only 80 players, right? Or 88
Yeah,
players.
it's
is what I was
80,
saying.
I
Players,
believe.
yeah.
Yeah,
so-
Ronan was saying that they're doing that. They could put it to 100, but it caused performance issues. So they
Well,
wanted
and honestly,
to optimize
up
performance.
above 50, I don't think you really notice. And it's so. I was telling David and Mark, I think this one is more fast paced than even Fortnite. I think it's just a really fast. Even the way from the time it takes to getting when you deploy your parachute, like you're just down.
You're on the ground.
You're
baby.
down and in it.
Yeah.
Boots on the ground, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, can we talk about
I have
how
one criticism that I do not like on this game. It's like a delayed pickup / open door, and I heard that they actually sped it up a little bit. That it was even slower. It just doesn't feel natural.
like you tap it and it's like
nothing happens. It's like a delayed response almost. So
you
and
did
it's-
do something while you were playing today that I appreciate.
Oh, what did I do?
You closed every door.
Oh yeah,
that you opened.
Yeah, I'm not an animal.
Like I know. I feel like if there was a mechanic to take
Thank
off
you
your
for being proper.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not.
I feel like if there was a mechanic to take off your shoes before you went inside,
That's-
you would
that's- that's me.
use that mechanic.
That's what I would
that
do.
was like very nice.
I was just practicing.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyways, Battlefield or the Battle Royale, Blackout mode, Call of Duty. It's here. Check it out. Everyone's streaming it. I'm sure everybody's seen it. We've had a chance to jump in and play. Really excited.
It's open all weekend for those who pre-ordered the game on any platform.
Yeah, really excited to jump in and play. It was just been a good time. DraftKings, guys. DraftKings is here. The league. Last week was supposed to be our first league event, our first league competition. Oh, excuse me. It didn't work out. There was a setting that we had wrong. It is now up and running. Our first one is this weekend. If you've not joined the league, in Discord, you can look for us. Look for the link. It's in the announcements page, and come and join the DraftKings link. It's $1 to enter. I believe the winner gets $5 if you get first place. Second place is like $4, and third place is $3, something like that. With this week's competition, something spicy. You got to get. It's super fun when you add that $1. Even though it's just $1, it's.
Oh,
like,
you're talking about
no.
DraftKings. Yeah, okay.
DraftKings. Yeah. Anyways, the XoneBros.
I
DraftKings.
tried to join, but then it asked for my credit card. And I was like, I don't have that on me right now.
Yeah, make sure you have your credit card ready, willing, and able. The Bros Gone Wild bonus show, it dropped today. If you want to hear us have a good times.
Oh yeah, I gotta bring something up with that.
Okay.
In the here, let me turn on my camera. Hey everybody, in the discussion, in this bonus episode
Bonus
discussion,
episode.
we
Wait,
had
who is the bonus episode for first? It's for everybody for our Patreons. It's exclusive to Patreon. If you want access, go over to Patreon. But go ahead. Make spicy.
Okay, so if you want to hear the extra episode, go on Patreon. David and I had an argument, and I looked it up, and I am not just right. I'm very, very extremely right.
What is the argument? What was the argument?
The argument was music versus sports.
Oh, okay. What was it?
Music, what has more money? Music has like $14.8 billion in the
Sure.
industry. Sports has $470 billion dollars.
Sports as a whole, right?
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
every single sport. But no, what we're talking about is the greatest. We had a discussion. We'll bring this up. Preview.
Nah, he's
Would you
stupid.
rather be the
David's
greatest?
Dumb. David's dumb over there.
No, that's statistic.
That's my argument. Is you're dumb.
You're touche. That doesn't work though, because we're looking at, like, if you're the best boxer, you only get boxing. Like, boxing counts. It's not sports as a whole that makes that money. You know what I mean? Like, so the greatest musician, who makes more? The greatest musician ever, or the greatest, pick your sport, soccer player ever, or
And
baseball
I say
player
it's
ever?
sports.
There is nothing that is just sports though. Like, for instance,
Okay, let's say A-Rod.
yeah.
How much
Versus
money? How much
Kesha.
versus Kesha or Drake? Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, and I bet you, let's just take like a Justin Timberlake.
I would
bet
say
you
my-
Justin
Justin
Timberlake
Timberlake.
makes more than A-Rod.
Are we sure?
I bet you.
Well, he makes movies too. I mean, is that a good example?
Oh no, we can only limit it to one spot in the music industry.
Yeah, no, just music. It's just
Okay,
music.
this is music record?
Yeah. No, I think music.
I mean, he married Jessica Biel too, so there's
So
the name.
everybody listens to music.
Oh, I didn't think about that. If you can get Jessica Biel as your honey, oh,
Hey,
man.
he's got something.
It's definitely up there in
Yeah,
price.
music just has a wider, like, not everyone watches it. Not everyone is baseball. You only have a limited number of years in
I
baseball.
know, but I just think you're wrong. I honestly just think you're
Well,
wrong.
go listen. That's a preview for the Bros Gone Wild. It's those types of discussions. I believe we came to blows, and we had to have someone.
Yeah.
we had a death match go on.
A battle royale.
Go check it out. And with that, let's get this show on the road.
You didn't give me a lot of time.
It's okay. Jordan, tell us what's happening in the world of his
All
Xbox
right.
One.
Hey,
this
can I
week.
actually tell a story?
Yeah, tell one. Of
So,
course.
okay, it's not
Do
going
you
to sound.
want do you want music in the background?
No,
or-
it's actually a long. Well, I don't care.
Do you want?
Anyway,
Is this an inspiring story?
no,
Is it a sad story?
no, it's just a story.
There's
I wanted to help.
There was
that
no emotion
story.
in this story.
I
There's
really
not-
wanted to set
There's
the
not
mood.
like just a story song.
Just a story song.
Anyway, so it'll sound off topic, but it'll come back to the podcast.
Okay,
Watch,
bring
I mean,
it. Wrap
that's
it up.
So check this out. So I'm at work, right? And we've talked this before. I work for a local internet company.
Yes.
Right? So anyway, I'm working the customer service shift, and I answer the phone because someone called in. And anyway, he's having issues with his Xbox One X, right? So
Okay.
we're going through a few things and
Yeah.
doing some stuff and checking his connection and all that
You're
stuff.
helping him out.
Yeah, helping him
This
out.
sounds inspiring. I could have used inspiring
Anyway-
music. I'm kind
anyway,
of disappointed.
So anyway, I come to the conclusion we can kind of get like a Band-Aid fix on it, but we'll need to send someone out there to get the real fix on there. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
sure.
Like the old Band-Aid fix of, to restart it for now. We should be able to get you to last till tomorrow or blah, 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 right? So anyway, I told him we'd have to send someone out, and he was like, "Oh, can I request someone to come out?" And I was like, yeah, sure. Who do you want, right? And we've gotten that before, and it's usually like my supervisors that they want because they're like older customers, or not older customers, but like they've been customers with us, since the beginning
Sure.
or close to the beginning. So they just know those two because those two went out and did a lot of things, right? So I'm waiting for him to say that, but then he says my name. He was like, "Oh, can I get Jordan?" And I was like, "Hey,
Hey,
you're talking to him, speaking."
what happened?
And he goes, "All right, Jordan the man." And I was
he
like,
knew
I
you.
was like, "Yeah." And I was like, that it like threw me back. I was like, "What?" Because the only way you know that name, right,
Yeah.
is if you're. Anyway, it was Sir Savart.
Oh, that's hilarious,
so
Sir
anyway.
Sivart.
And then after that, I totally forgot his internet was broken. We started talking about random things.
That
Anyway.
is awesome.
But anyway, bringing it full circle, it was just really cool to like our community, right? Like it's just a bunch of cool people just talking games.
So,
And that's what we did. I asked him what he was playing. He asked what I was playing, and we chatted a few things. We eventually kind of got back to his internet issue. But yeah.
So
it was
the only
just
thing
cool
is,
to
though,
talk.
there's kind of pressure there because if you can't help him with his internet, his opinion of you probably
Probably
tanks.
goes right down.
Well, his opinion of probably all of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Just
you
tank
have
that.
a lot of pressure there.
Well, he requested me, and I was like, "Yeah, I'd love to come out," but I was actually off work today, and this is when I was going to come
Oh,
out.
okay.
So I had to send another service tech out, or he'd have to wait till Saturday. And he was
Oh,
like,
okay.
"Ah," I was like, "Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
do it
I feel your
tomorrow.
pain.
Yeah,
Just do it sooner.
So, but if you do have any more problems, you know where to contact me.
There we go.
I'll come get you. Sort
I'll
of. But
hook
it,
you up.
it was really cool. It kind of like threw me
goes,
back. But
"George the man."
Yeah, I was like, what?
That is hilarious.
Yeah. And what's funny is David and I actually met him at GameStop a while back. That's the picture
Randomly,
we took
for
yeah,
the
so-
Xbox X release.
So it was kind of cool. So anyway, I'll probably message him later and make sure everything got fixed for him and see how it's working. But I just thought that was cool that we have a cool community. It was just fun because I was able just to we sat and we talked about games for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool to have a community where we can just talk games with people that are cool and nice.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get
Anyway,
you.
I thought
That's
that
a
was
cool
cool.
story.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. It was really cool. So thanks for calling me.
Very nice.
News time. So Black Ops, big news. You can play it on any platform if you pre-order it, which is really cool. Overwatch has a new map that's out with their new patch. It was called something.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, Busan. That was it. Busan.
Busan.
Busan. However you want to say it depends on the region you're
Busan.
from.
Yeah.
Busan.
The Busani.
Why do they make it hard?
It all
Just
depends
playing
on your
with us.
dialect. Yeah. Anyway, it's I think it's a diva type map. It's like kind of from Her Story type of thing. But
Oh, so it's Korean? Isn't she
It's-
from Korea?
it's Busan. Busan.
Okay. I guess.
What is her? Does she have?
She was a
special
StarCraft
stuff?
player.
Oh, okay.
She's a professional gamer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. From Korea.
Aren't they all?
So you know, yeah,
Aren't they
that's
all?
absolutely true.
So anyway, yeah, Overwatch has a new map. I believe it's live now. Yes, it is. It was live September 11th, and it's now September 14th. So if you do the math, it's live right now. Which is very cool.
Wait, hold
Also,
on. Can I just pause this? Just A-Rod career earnings.
Oh, jeez.
Career earnings.
Hold on, I gotta choose some. Okay, here we go.
A-Rod career earnings through 2017. $480 million, which holy crap, right? Michael Jackson, for 1 year, 2017, after he's dead, $825 million. Double A-Rod over his whole career in 1 year. And I mean, and Michael Jackson would represent like greatest ever or something, you know what I mean, in musician or whatever, you know, in his thing. But anyways, there you go.
Only so he's
Just
half a
interesting.
billion, $500 million versus $1 billion. In one,
if you
but in
round
1
up.
year.
In 1 year versus career earnings.
No, hold up. Is that Michael Jackson's family getting
So
the money,
that's
or is
his-
that his producers? 'Cause
That's
there's-
his estate.
There's a
The
lot.
Michael Jackson estate.
I might. So do I have to say that I'm wrong on the air?
No. We could just.
I'm really sad. I just got really sad that I was wrong at something.
No, I don't. I mean, that's still a buttload of money. Either one, you'd be happy to be. I mean, A-Rod, holy freak. Although A-Rod's kind of a douche wing, in my opinion. Sorry if you're an A-Rod fan, but he is. Okay, moving.
If you disagree, then your opinion's wrong.
Okay, side topic. Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, it's out now.
It's out now.
So
a lot of people
also-
actually are playing it right now.
Yeah,
right
literally.
now.
And it's actually the final chapter in the Lara Croft origin story, is what they said.
It looks really good.
So after this one, she'll be in Tomb Raider 4. She'll be a legit Tomb Raider because the origin story will be over.
Too legit to quit.
Yeah.
So
This
after
one looks really exciting. I got to beat the other one before I play this one, but I really want this one.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
Forza.
Forza Horizon, it's ready to go. It's
gone
going to be
gold.
released soon, but the biggest
There's a
biggest
demo.
news is the demo's out.
It's a free demo. I played it today. At first I thought, I was like, okay, the demo's just going to be what we played at E3. McSpicy, you played that at E3,
Did
right?
they give you a
What
shirt?
did I play?
The Forza.
Did they give you a shirt?
No, I played it. Yeah.
You played and Jordan, you played the Forza as well.
Yeah, I
So
didn't
I
get
thought
that.
it was just going to be that,
Well,
like
let's-
the demo.
Let's be real. Jordan didn't get a
He
shirt
did
because
not
he
get a
couldn't
shirt.
win the easy
He
mode
couldn't
game
win
mode.
the tutorial.
Do you think the demo will give you a shirt? Like they have someone
it
come to
did,
your
it does.
house?
They do.
It gives you a shirt in game.
That's pretty
your
cool.
that you get
avatar.
just for playing the demo. So go play the demo and you get a shirt. However,
What if I don't get a shirt?
this demo was very in depth, like much more than I thought it would be. It wasn't just one race; it's multiple races. It really gives you a good taste of what it's going to be like traveling around the UK, traveling around Britain, driving there. The driving feels fantastic. I'm just blown away by this game. I can't wait. I purchased the ultimate mode, so I get it 4 days earlier. I also have both expansions and every single car. It's $99 for the ultimate edition.
Dude,
so
that's
go
dirty.
jump on that. But jump in the demo. If you're unsure about it, jump in the demo. It really does a good job. It's just not surface level. You dive in all the way. Mr. McSpicy had a chance to watch me stream it today. But Spicy, from just watching the stream, did you get a good feel of the game as well, or do you recommend people jumping in and
Forza?
and demo? Yeah, Forza Horizon.
Oh, it looked real pretty. It looked like a Forza game, and
Yeah.
Forza games are fun. What I sent. This is funny. I thought it looked great. I thought it looked pretty. It looked fun. But I really was satisfied with running over the walls.
Dude, right? It's like this crunch. It's like,
It's like Legos crumbling.
it's so true.
And I could tell you were almost trying to hit the walls while you were racing.
Dude, because it really. First of all, I don't think that could happen in real life. Clearly,
Because
because you're just plowing these stone walls.
and you can drift while taking them out.
Yeah.
It's oddly satisfying.
Yeah, it's really in depth though. I highly recommend you jump in and play if you're unsure. Now we are really going to try to hit Forza Horizon 4 hard. We did really well with the clubs in Forza Horizon 3. We started about a month and a half late because it was our first Forza Horizon that we really jumped into. So we didn't get to start out right on time. Now we're going to hit the ground running. We want to get top 100 in the clubs, and I think that's totally doable. I actually think we can get higher than that, but let's start with top 100, and then we'll set our goal from there. So prepare, everybody. If you have friends or whatever in your clan that you normally play with, have them all come join the XoneBros one. We can get top 100. I want to take the challenge and be the biggest dog on the block. McSpicy's been over there looking up statistics,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So now we're going back. I know this is a game about, or this is a show about.
Well,
video
before you go,
games.
let me just reiterate. So stay tuned. It's going to be the XoneBros Forza Horizon Club. Join it. You get all kinds of perks. It's just cool to be a part of it. And we're going to be top 100. Here we go, baby. Okay, go ahead. Spicy.
Okay, so I didn't just take this random data pool of a year or 1 year or whatever. I pulled the list of the richest athlete that had ever lived.
Who is that, by the way?
I'm not going to tell you yet. You could probably guess it.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
Ever lived?
Yeah.
Still playing or retired?
Definitely retired.
Definitely retired.
He's retired. He retired like 15 times, actually.
Oh, really? Can you tell me the sport?
His number's 23.
Oh, okay. Okay. Makes sense. He was the most popular athlete of his time.
So I took the richest musician that's ever lived and the richest athlete that's ever
Sure.
lived. The richest athlete
Sure.
is Michael Jordan at 1.7 billion.
Wasn't Tiger Woods the first billionaire athlete, though?
Yeah,
But is
probably.
that,
I don't know. Tiger Woods is second place at 1.65.
Is that just athlete money?
No, that counts everything. Endorsements.
Yeah,
and
we're
everything
doing
like that.
everything.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
he did do Space Jam.
That's very true.
So, I mean, does that money count? I mean, does that
Space Jam money. You can't get Space Jam money nowadays. I mean, whoa. Space Jam money.
I know. Bugs Bunny was there. You know.
Who got paid more,
Uh,
Michael Jordan or Bugs Bunny?
I don't know actually.
I bet you Bugs Bunny has raked in so much
Dude.
cash.
You
Yeah.
know he's good with the deals.
Dude, he has enough money to get his girlfriend pink fur plastic surgery replacement. Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Well, he has what you call FU money. You see him like mess with Elmer Fudd for like 3 decades?
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. No, so is Michael Jordan at 1.7 billion,
Ooh.
the richest musician ever. And I'm a huge fan of this. Can you guess? Jordan, you've already seen it. You saw my screen.
It's
Don't-
got to be Lloyd, right? And
Don't cheat. I want him to get it. What's the greatest, the most richest? Are you looking it up now? Okay, no, I'm just going to tell you.
I just Googled it.
Andrew Lloyd Webber at 1.2 billion.
Billion, yeah.
And Paul McCartney is second place at 800 million.
Interesting.
So what I'm telling you is I figured out that I'm right somehow.
Wait, what was Michael Jordan's?
Michael Jordan's was 1.7 billion.
Oh, 7.
And Andrew Lloyd Webber, which he's pretty much written every song in musicals and everything ever.
Yeah.
He's 1.2 billion.
The richest musicians of all time. Wow.
So I did it. I'm right.
And who's the next one? 1.1. How does that make sense though? If Paul McCartney is 800 million, but Michael Jackson's estate brought in 800
Well,
million
Michael Jackson's
in a
dead.
year.
I mean, rest in peace, but he's dead.
Well, yeah, but
just his estate.
so if he wasn't dead, he doesn't make that 800 million? He makes
Let me
that
see if
800
anyone
million?
on these lists are alive. No, Bono's third place. Nope, Bing Crosby's dead, and he's 550 million.
Yeah, but Michael Jackson made more than him. Where's Michael Jackson?
Apparently-
See, but it's his estate, so that takes into account. So is this?
That takes into account his giraffes.
So is this?
and-
Does this
and
just
his,
take into account
bubbles.
his creations, Andrew Lloyd Webber, what they've made, or like, let's say Andrew Lloyd Webber produces Paul McCartney? You know what I mean? Like, because I think Michael Jackson own like all the Beatles songs, so he gets royalties for all those. So
He does own the Beatles.
So that's his
Or he did. I think he might have sold it.
So that's
but-
his estate versus like his own creation, right? Like what is? So Andrew Lloyd, this has got to be Andrew Lloyd Webber's only off of his songs, right? What he himself has made.
I don't know. You're adding things into what I just know this guy's number one, and it's 1.2 billion.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
well, there you go.
If you guys want to hear the argument, go to our bonus episode. You can get by.
Moving on. Next story.
I was right.
State of Decay 2.
No, you know what? You don't have to say you were wrong, David. I'm okay with it.
State of Decay 2 Daybreak. This is the Horde style mode that they're going for. It's now available. Check it out.
Boom.
Yeah. The Division is free this weekend from September 13th, which is yesterday, all the way through September 16th, which is just the end of the weekend, so be sure to check that out. The Division is a good game. Wolfenstein 3 has been confirmed by Bethesda.
Boom. Oh, yes.
Basically, they're like, is there going to be Wolfenstein 3? And you said,
Of course.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. That game.
they're just focusing on the little expansion thing that they're doing right now, and then they'll be focusing on
Yeah, why would they not? What are you doing?
Wolfenstein 3.
Why are you pulling out your cell phone?
Sorry, I was looking at something. So
Apparently.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at my phone. Well, why'd you pull it out? I was looking at it. What are we talking about now?
Moving on. Next story.
No,
Wolfenstein 3 coming out. Makes
Yeah.
sense. It's a really good.
Yeah.
It's a really good game. Wolfenstein 2 was really good. It makes sense that they make it a number 3.
So Assassin's Creed Odyssey season pass, it's a big one. It includes a lot. So, what are you guys reading?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody was like on a different page
Oh,
reading
I'm
stuff.
just laughing at David. I saw the vein pop out of his forehead just there.
You have no idea, man. Assassin's Creed Odyssey season pass. It includes a lot of stuff. So you're going to get your paid stuff. You're going to get your non-paid stuff, right? Season pass comes with, of course, your typical DLC stories that I think will take place in a story arc is what it sounds like over the course of the season pass. But if you're a season pass owner, you will also get 2 remastered Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, and isn't number 3 one of those?
Yes.
Yes.
Number 3 is one of those, and I
Which-
believe it was number 3 for both of them. It's Assassin's Creed 3 remastered, and then Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, which was I think that one was on the PSP. But anyway, correct me if I'm wrong. But that was kind of like the handheld version. But yeah, very cool. So
Number 3 was the first one with that like hide and seek multiplayer mode.
No,
Remember?
number 2 was, I believe.
No, number 2 was the Feather Collection. I remember number 2 because
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No,
Number
you're
th-
right. You're right. Number 3.
Number
Was it
3
called Brotherhood?
yeah, Brotherhood, right?
No.
Help us.
So
Or Revelations.
no.
Help us, Jordan. Help
No.
us.
Those ones are like sub stories of number 2, and that's where the multiplayer was. So there's Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed.
I think that multiplayer is very
Revelation.
underrated.
No, I thought it was really fun.
No, it was
The
fun at
concept was
first.
fun.
Yeah. I think they got too focused on it, or
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know,
true.
They kind
Then
of
they
like
kinda
more
went-
pushed to that, and
It could be a standalone.
people's eyes
Maybe
melted
Assassin's
off.
Creed Battle Royale.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How would you? I guess you could hide a lot and then not hide and run to the center of the circle.
Yeah.
That's wow, what a fun game.
So yeah, Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, in addition to all the other post-game content, paid content that you'll get, which is very cool. So the biggest news story of the week that I think is one of the greatest things that ever happened this week. So check this out. Final Fantasy games are coming to the Xbox.
Oh, yes.
We got a lot of them. So first off, we already have Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantasy Type 0
Yes.
or whatever. But anyway, they're going to bring back some of the remastered ones that they did, which is great because it's hard to, I mean, you can get them on Steam and stuff, but it's going to be fun to play them on the Xbox, get the achievements and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I'm super excited. I'm buying them all.
Will you be able to buy them as a pack or?
Probably separately, maybe when
Okay.
they're all out because they all come out at different times. So first one is Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition.
I don't know
So
this one.
it's basically Final Fantasy 15, but every character is a plushie.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's,
Have you played
imagine,
this? Have you played this before?
No.
Okay.
But
So it's a
imagine,
plushie.
so it's Final Fantasy 15, but
Adorable style.
everybody's adorable plushies. Type
Okay,
things. Yeah,
okay.
so pretty funny. The next one to come out is the 5th of November, and this is the World of Final Fantasy Maxima. Oh yeah,
I don't know what this one is. I've
does
never
that
heard-
mean?
It's just a Final Fantasy game. So
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
yeah, so it's basically you have it. You can there's all different heroes from all the different Final Fantasy games. It's almost a mashup of Final Fantasy, but it's its own game.
Okay.
So, but it's going to be released on November 6th, 2018. Now here's the
Then
big
we
one.
pull out the big guns.
Yeah, the big guns. are
Final
just like,
Fantasy
all right,
7.
let's do it. So
There it
Final
is.
Fantasy 7, this one will be released in 2019. Final Fantasy 7 was the first. I mean, they were all pretty popular
That's
up
my
until then, but Final Fantasy
Yeah.
7 really took the world
Well,
by storm, if you will.
Didn't it come in like 3 discs?
Well, it was, yeah. Well,
4
the
discs?
disc back then only held like a
You had to you had to a meg. You played to a certain point and then it's like insert disc 2 and then insert disc 3. And this was like the first game I remember that so it was turn-based, but it had elemental you had like elemental
and it was emotional. There was stuff that happened that
socket items that you could change totally how you fought. It was such a good game, and one of the most emotional.
there's
They
a
b-
scene in there where
They Jack Bowered it, man.
they did.
They totally Jack Bowered. It was like one of the first games where characters
And
die.
then like disc 3 ended, so you had to transfer the other disc real quick.
Yeah.
You know, it was crazy.
Have you played Final Fantasy VII?
No, I've never played Final
It's
Fantasy
an
VII.
amazing
It's
game.
where Cloud comes from.
Yeah, I know about it. I know the
Oh.
giant sword, Cloud.
Yeah. And the first, like even when the game first starts out with in the train station, right, and you're jumping off, and I just have a lot of good memories with this game. That was such a fun game to play.
Oh, so, and it's just for the record, it's not the Final Fantasy VII remake that they're coming out with. This is
It's
the original.
the
I mean,
original,
obviously
yeah.
it's probably remastered to
Do you
HD and
remember-
stuff like that, but it's the original gameplay and everything.
Dude, that's cool.
Jordan, do you remember fighting in the dojo in that game?
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
Dude, that was
where you had to
forever
go
ago.
up the
Oh,
towers.
okay, yeah,
and keep going. I was so proud of myself when I beat the tower, like that dojo
Do you remember
tower.
Sephiroth?
I do.
He's a bad guy.
He is a bad dude.
He was mean.
If you guys haven't had a chance to play Final Fantasy VII,
This is a great time to jump into it.
Do you think it still holds up?
Well, I mean,
It's gonna be gross.
The mechanics will be dated, and obviously the graphics will be dated. But I mean, the story, it won't.
Well,
be
and it's
dated.
still
The
an
story's
RPG.
so
Don't you
good.
think an RPG would hold up fairly
doesn't.
well? No, it doesn't.
It won't. Maybe it'll help, but this
Because
is like
it's turn-based.
This is like when Mario 64 came out, right? This is
Oh,
like
okay.
it's their arms are footballs.
Polygon.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I know graphically, but gameplay mechanic-wise, will that hold up well?
Yeah, because I mean it's turn-based. You have people on the right,
It's
people on the
turn-based,
left.
and it's still traditional RPG
Yeah, it's very good.
stuff. So I think that probably
Was
will
this
hold
the
up pretty
first
well.
one with a chocobo?
The Chocobos?
Chocobo?
I don't know. No, I think they were in it before.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just remember I would go to the gambling station and race and gamble all my money on chocobos.
Rendiggy says nostalgia will help propel the turn-based RPG Nintendo games. He's absolutely correct there.
So Final Fantasy VII, that'll be released in 2019, and then after that,
was Final Fantasy VII Nintendo, or I thought
No,
that
that was
was
PlayStation.
Sony.
It was
Yeah,
the
that was
first
PlayStation.
PlayStation. But the other Final Fantasy 3 was Super Nintendo, right? And
That's a good game.
7, I think, was the first one on PlayStation. I think the rest were Nintendo. 1 through 6. I think. I could be wrong. Yeah, because 7 was the first.
so what
of
else
3,
is there?
though.
The Zodiac Age?
Then, that one's coming. Then
Okay.
after that, you got Final Fantasy 9, another great one. Another good one. Final Fantasy 9 also coming in 2019. And then after that, you got Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 remastered.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say 10-2 sucks, so don't worry about
10-2
that one.
sucks,
Well, okay, there are people that like it, and that's good, great, and fine. But I don't like it.
So what
I
makes...
didn't- you know.
I'm not a Final Fantasy guy at all. I mean, I jumped
Mm-hmm.
into some of the latest Final Fantasy. It was decent. It just... I've just never been... It's like if you never played Halo, you don't get Halo, right? I feel like that's... What is it? The stories that
Yeah, they're good stories.
is it that it's a very specific style to each of the stories? Are the stories interconnected, or is each one standalone?
No.
What is it about Final Fantasy that hooks you?
I think the games are very different from each other.
Okay.
Like I remember, like if you look at Final Fantasy VII to Final Fantasy VIII, you go from this fantasy world to high school or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You remember how did you play Final Fantasy VIII?
Uh-huh.
I was confused.
Leon.
Yeah, I was.
Sorry, Squall.
So they're standalone stories,
The
They're
Yeah.
very. They're standalone.
but are the mechanics always the same?
No.
they change them up.
Yeah,
They're
they
different.
change. Yeah.
Wow.
It's just. I think it's just a good developer.
Really?
That
Okay.
makes good games with
Yeah.
good stories.
Interesting. Well, I will definitely be jumping into some of the remastered. I've never played them, so I feel like that's gaming blasphemy to not have experienced, especially like a Final Fantasy VII.
And usually now when they come out with movies too,
Yeah.
which are cool.
And then after that, you got Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age, which the Zodiac Age is just the remastered version of it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Final Fantasy 12 also in 2019. So you got 6 Final Fantasy games coming to the Xbox, which is really cool.
Very cool. Very nice. Biggest news story of the week, right there. Some big ones.
Yeah, it was a
this
good week. It was a good week.
A very good week. That
Good
brings
week.
us to the next portion of our show. There we go. This is the portion of our show where we take questions from the mailbag. In order to submit a question each week, you just need to subscribe to us on Patreon. $3 or more gets you access to the mailbag, support the show and the community by joining our weekly mailbag over at patreon.com/positivegaming or XoneBros.com and hit the support tab at the top of the page. Ashton writes in.
Okay.
I'm thinking, do we save this? Jordan had to run to the bathroom or something real
Is
quick.
it a Jordan question?
I'm thinking we maybe wait for Jordan for this. It's about loot boxes
yeah,
and
let's-
Blizzard.
let's get
okay,
back.
we'll come back to Ashton.
Jordan snuck out real quick.
Let's do Alpha Builder. Alpha X Builder writes in and says, with the ability to create groups on the Xbox, what kinds of groups have you guys created? I have a backlog group, multiplayer group for games I can play with my son, and groups based off the achievements I'd like to hunt for. I like that, like an achievement hunter group. That's a great idea. Can I go over my groups that I have first? So I have a campaign group, and I've made a rule for myself. Each of my groups can only be 1 line long. So that's
4? Isn't that 4?
I think it's 5. It ends up being 5 games.
5?
Yeah.
Well, what? Yeah, okay.
So 1 line long, so that I can't add a new one until one of those comes off of there.
That's smart.
Especially on campaign. So my campaign group, games like Hellblade is on there. Divinity Original Sin 2 is on there. I think Wolfenstein 2 is on there because I've not yet beaten that. So games that I want to beat, they're usually single player campaigns. Prey 2 is on there that I want to beat the game. My second one is regulars. I call it regulars. It's my regulars group.
I like it.
Minecraft is on there. Minecraft will probably be removed because I have other games on there right now. Madden is on there. Golf Club is on there.
Forza will be on there probably.
No, actually.
Oh.
I have a separate group.
You have a racing group,
Yes.
huh?
Cities Skylines is on there. So games that I come back to regularly. Usually they're multiplayer in focus with the exception of like a Cities Skylines. It's a builder that I jump into. And my last group is called Forzalicious. And it's all Forza games. So
That's
every single
cool.
Forza game is on the Forzalicious.
But see, do you play the old ones still?
No, but I will. I want to go back and do Forza Horizon 2 because it gets you. They have a Forza score, and then you get credits every week for how many Forzas you've played and accomplished. So that's why that's there, because eventually I'd like to go back and play a lot of the
That's
Forzas.
a brilliant move by Turn 10.
No, it's
They're getting you to
fantastic.
buy dated games,
Oh yeah, well they're getting you to play them because
which in turn will get others to, because you're talking about it now, you're going to talk about it with your friends, you're going to say,
Yeah.
and you're telling me about this now. I want to get Horizon 2.
That's how I did it, because I think Camshafts and Chief Wiggum were in chat and was like, "What's your Forza score?" And you go into the Forza hub and it gives you your Forza score, and mine was lower than theirs because they've played every single Forza game, and it shows up there, and then they get more credits every week that transfers into your latest Forza game.
Jeez, that's
so cool.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's a smart move. That is a Fortnite move.
That is a Fortnite move. So that's 3 groups that I have. My favorite is the Forzalicious.
That's your favorite group?
Favorite group.
That's you do it a lot better than me.
What?
I just put them in order of what I want to play.
Oh,
and
okay.
I actually just
So you have one group?
I have one group.
One group.
And it's the original. It's Pins.
Okay.
You know, it's called Pins. I had another group, but then the goal was to finish that group,
Yeah.
but I never went back to it. And I'm actually constantly rearranging them, and I just rank them in order of how pleasured McSpicy wants to be.
The ones that do it to you the most.
Exactly.
That is really funny. Great question, Alpha Bill. I really like the idea of having a group for achievements. That's a good idea. Next question comes in from Firebird BWV Brandon Viewig. Firebird says, "I need some help from you guys. Have any of you been injured to the point of not being able to play any games? I broke my arm today and was wondering if any of you had any advice for me. This is the worst time for this with Tomb Raider, Forza, and so many other games out
Yeah,
or
that's
coming
tough.
soon. Thanks again for the greatest community here, aka Brandon Firebird."
That's
Ooh, that is tough.
That's a tough one, and I think the most friendly. All right, I'm just gonna say there are games that you can play. I've been in an experience before where I've hurt a finger, which sounds it sounds dumb, but
Finger can do it. A thumb. Thumb would probably be
Yeah.
the finger that you don't want to lose in gaming.
that's the only opposable finger you have.
Yeah.
No, but there are games that fit a little bit better, like Hearthstone, for example. It's not a fast-paced game. It is a multiplayer game.
You can play on your iPad. Touch.
Yep, there's
Just
stuff
touch it.
like that. If that doesn't work, I want to let you know, and you probably are aware, but they have the device,
The controller.
the new controller
Yeah,
that
the adaptive
Microsoft
controller.
just came out with. It is amazing. They came out with a really cool commercial. Did you see that commercial with is Andy or Jeff or something? He's obviously not perfectly healthy.
Sure.
So he has use of the adaptive controller.
Okay.
Or he has need of the adaptive controller, and he fights. You gotta watch that. It's like a 10-minute story of him fighting his best friend in Killer Instinct.
Yeah,
Really?
you know who he is. Have you ever seen Workout Wednesdays on YouTube?
No.
Have you never seen
No,
Workout?
I
Wednesdays?
haven't, no.
Oh man, you guys got to.
The guy's hilarious.
This kid's he does workout videos on YouTube. He is so funny.
So Microsoft gave him an adaptive
adaptive
controller, and he's it's
And he
pretty
cheats
funny.
bubbles.
Yeah, he totally cheats, but he plays against his best friend, and he's like, "I've only been playing for 15 minutes. My friend's been playing for 34 years. I got this." and it's a really cute commercial. But why I wanted to bring that up is that adaptive controller is phenomenal for anybody, accessible wise. Well, I'm not sure about anybody, but it is it is cool.
A lot of people who otherwise wouldn't be able to play.
Games. So
Yeah.
if you're in that big of a hurt, it may be an idea to consider it, to look it up. But you may be able to play with that.
Yeah.
Depending on your
Yeah, no, I think
circumstances.
that's a great suggestion. If you want to see what it's like, Mellified in Discord. If you're not in Discord, I think Firebird you are. Mellified in Discord just purchased one, and he's experimenting with it, so you'll be able to check it out and see what it's like. So the adaptive controller, go check that out. Great question though, Brandon. Jordan the Man is back. He's had to take some phone calls from work and stuff. Was it Sir Sivart?
No, it was other stuff.
Emergency phone calls. But this question is kind of, I wanted you in on this question. Ashton writes in and says, back in April of this year, the Belgian Ministry of Justice decided that Blizzard's loot boxes and loot chests were considered gambling according to local law. When consumers purchased them with cash, Blizzard responded by saying they were surprised by the decision and did not hold the same opinion, but would comply. So Blizzard is now unable to sell loot boxes and chests, since Belgian players will now only be able to earn loot boxes by grinding. Earning enough gold currency to buy skins and other in-game items will be quite difficult. Should Blizzard make an exception for Belgian customers and allow them a way to obtain in-game items differently than other countries? Examples, purchase items directly with cash. An approach like that would probably anger players in other countries, though. What do you guys think would be a good way for Blizzard to approach this? Love the show.
So what?
Cheers.
What did Belgium do exactly? They said Blizzard cannot.
They cannot have loot boxes and loot chests. It's considered gambling. So in Belgium, if you're playing, you cannot. So what would be a good?
I have an opinion.
Should they sell? Should they not sell loot boxes? What should Blizzard do for those players where they can't earn gear the same way you can?
Well, the thing, I think it's so stupid. Like I just think it's so dumb.
It is foolish. I guarantee you, the ministry
and the
Ministry of Justice in Belgium doesn't play video games.
Well, yeah. Honestly, if I were Blizzard, I wouldn't cave to anybody's government. Like, this is our game, this is the way it works, and this is how we do it. But I mean, you have fans, and I get that. But it's just.
So, what do you think a good solution would be?
Well, I don't think there is.
Would you be mad if Belgian players got to purchase items directly, since they can't earn them?
Well, I mean, that would suck for American players, because like there's certain items that I want that I have to be dependent on loot boxes to get. So I mean, you're in a situation where you can't make anybody happy.
Yeah.
Just goes to show you, government sucks.
The man.
Yeah.
Stick it to the man.
So
I don't know. I don't know. It's a tricky situation. I don't know what you would do.
I don't think it's gambling, because Tracer's outfit has no value in the real world.
Yeah.
But what do I know? Because gambling, you're risking something for something of value, correct?
Yeah, I mean, but so if you're risking something for something that has no value, isn't that worse?
Well,
Would
yeah,
be the argument, right?
But you're willingly giving that understanding that you're going to get a random selection of digital items.
Yeah. McSpicy, do you have any thoughts on this? A solution that Blizzard could have that. I mean, do they just not offer those items to Belgian players? What?
But how do you not offer those items? Because everything's in the loot box.
Yeah.
Game. It's the thing about Overwatch is you're not getting any in-game benefits other than, oh, that guy looks cool. It has nothing to do with your ability of the game. It's just that guy looks cooler than me.
Yeah, I bet you they
it's
implement
all cosmetic.
I bet you they implement some kind of experience for those people. I don't know, time. I don't know. Or they just give them away at the end of every season.
Maybe you can bump like every they get gold a little bit quicker than everybody else to compensate for the fact that they can't just buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you're making other people mad, because I'm sure there's people here in America or Europe or Australia or wherever who don't ever buy anything in that game and earn that money the long hard or earn the gold the long hard way. So I mean, honestly, it's you're not going to make everybody happy. Someone's going to be upset in this situation.
Yeah.
And that's my friend is exactly why government sucks. They are tearing us. You know, they're
keeping gamers from enjoying their games.
Yeah, exactly.
Great question. To summarize, I don't think we have an answer. We don't have an answer.
My answer is
we actually are having some technical difficulties with sound. So Spicy's trying to fix those. That's why he stepped away for just a minute. But let's go to our next question. Boder Hamzik writes in and asks, while playing the Forza Horizon 4 demo, I noticed chickens on the course during some of the road races. The funny thing is that instead of the sheep that seem impossible to be hit, and I don't think you can, I've tested it, the sheep, you either just go right through them, or they just disappear. I don't know what happens, but you can't hit the sheep in Forza Horizon 4. But the chickens can be hit, and they're launched in some cartoony style. Do you guys think that this is Playground Games referring to the Fable game they are supposed to be working on, which at this point is confirmed by everyone except for Microsoft and Playground itself? Do you think so? Do you think that's an Easter egg from Playground saying,
Sure, why not?
this is Fable, guys. We're doing Fable.
They just use the same engine, probably.
They just use the same engine.
No, yeah, that's kind of that. I would think so.
I would hope that it
Yeah,
would
why
be
not?
really cool if that's what that is. So I didn't see the chicken. So I want to go try this now, though. So I didn't see them. Butter Hamzik, let us know in Discord, where exactly are the chickens that you can hit? I don't remember seeing it, but I wasn't looking for them specifically either.
I wasn't playing it either.
Interesting.
Because
So we don't know.
You can kick the chickens in Fable.
Yeah, I know that. I know
that's
that's
what
a thing.
yeah.
It's like an
Yeah.
iconic thing.
Yeah.
Very cool, though. I hope that is a thing.
And you can get, was it an achievement or something where you were like the angry chicken?
Yeah, something like that.
Something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Or I think if you did it in front of somebody, it lowered their...
I think you can actually pick up the chickens and throw them too. There's a lot of stuff you can do with chickens you can't normally do in real life with chickens.
Well, you can,
Shouldn't do in real life with chickens. Maybe.
There's a lot of stuff in video games that you could do that in real life. You really
You're
shouldn't
just
do.
figuring this out.
That's why it's called a game, video game. That is too funny.
Chicken kicker. That's right. That was the
Yeah.
achievement.
Fable 2.
All right.
Great
cool.
question. Thank you very much, Butter Hamzak, for writing that in.
Why didn't we think of that? Chicken kicker.
Chicken kicker.
Chicken kicker. That's a good name.
Too simple.
Believe it or not, that's it. That's all. That's the whole show, everyone. That's this show was filled with technical difficulties. For those of you listening to this on the podcast,
Hopefully,
we
you
hope
don't-
it comes through okay and you don't notice anything. But we had some struggles this
There was
podcast.
In the middle, for those live, in the middle of the show, I just stood up and took off running to my car.
The
'cause-
first 2 seconds, Jordan just took off out, and then later, same thing. We had this was a crazy night.
This was a fun one. Do you know what's funny about the show too, David? We always have a backup recorder. We always do.
Always.
At the beginning of the show, I was like, "Oh, well, where's my? I don't have it." He's like,
We'll be good.
we'll be good. Don't
F
use
it."
the backup
And
recorder."
then we had sound issues and everything. Anyways, that does us. Mr. McSpicy, what will you be up to this week, and where can people find you?
I'm gonna be finishing Spider-Man.
Oh, how is Spider-Man? By
It's
the way?
good.
It's really.
It's good. It's not the best game I've ever played, but it's definitely not the worst.
Okay.
It's a good solid 85.
But it's a fun Spider-Man game.
Yeah, I get to be a Spider-Man, and Jordan will attest to this. There is nothing better than having a stressful day like today and just turning the world off and just swinging around Manhattan.
Yeah.
It is so relaxing.
Just have a nice swing.
Because you can, it's an art. It is an art to swinging well.
What games did you play this week? Just Spider-Man, or what, how about on the Xbox?
Whenever I had a chance, I would play Spider-Man.
Okay.
I don't even think I turned on my Xbox. Well, because I'm a Spider-Man guy, you know?
Yeah.
I got to show it some love. And
Yeah.
I want to... It's one of those games, it's like Assassin's Creed, where it's very easy to get distracted and to 100% it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's every time you keep playing, and then there's more little missions that pop up on the map, and they do a really good job. When you click your joystick, it appears.
Oh, that's
and you
good.
can see it.
Oh, hey, there's all those missions I need to do.
Yeah. Have you
Can you
discovered?
turn off the speaker?
Oh.
Sorry.
I totally forgot about
That's
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Have you found Harry Osborn yet?
Yeah.
Harry.
Yeah.
Harry.
He
It's
is quite,
Harry.
Harry.
quite the hippie.
Yeah, he's definitely. I didn't know as Spider-Man that I'd be saving the ozone, but I am now.
But Harry is helping
But-
you.
But Harry Osborn wants me to do it, and he's my friend.
Yeah, you gotta be friends.
Jordan, you've been working on a house a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
So sorry, people can find you, Mr. McSpicy, everywhere. Correct, Mr. McSpicy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There you go. I got you.
My name is Mr. McSpicy. It's spelled with a C-E-Y at the end. I'm on Xbox Live. You can add me as a friend there. I'm on Twitter, but usually you can direct message me if you want to chat with me. I'll chat with you back on Discord. We have a
Yes.
Discord server. It's awesome. A lot
Yeah.
of really cool people there.
Jordan, you're building a house, but did you get a chance to game it up at all this week?
Yeah, well, so I played Call of Duty Blackout.
That's true.
The bait Blackout. I'll probably play that a little bit more. I did play a little bit more Destiny. Not as much, but a
Destiny
little bit more.
Forsaken is out, and everybody's hanging
Yeah.
out. Today is raid day,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
So it's exciting
People
to
are
see
streaming the raid, doing stuff like that. So
where the raids are, who's beat it first, how long did it take for the first team to beat it, et cetera, et cetera. It's gonna be fun over the next week.
yeah.
We'll
So,
get to
but
see all
anyway,
those.
I'm excited to play more of the Blackout beta, some more Xbox. I want to try and beat Tomb Raider so I can get the new one. And yeah,
I did a lot
Stuff
of
is
I did a
happening.
lot of Madden this week. A lot
yeah.
of Madden. I did like a 6-hour stream of Madden where I just played. I'm almost 500 again online.
Good job.
My overall percentage has gone up, so I think you guys are right. It keeps you like around 500, but I'm higher ranked now than I was when I was last 500. Does that make sense?
Makes
That
sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
But I definitely have improved there. One thing that I still am playing hard is City Skylines, man. I'm telling you, I'm now at 30,000 people. Traffic did get a little sketchy there for a while, but what I did was I made multiple veins into the city and multiple ways out, and I direct connected. So I took a 6-lane road. So actually, you don't want to take a 6-lane road and connect it to the highway. You want to go 6 down to 2-lane road to the highway, because a 2-lane road onto the highway makes it like an on-ramp. 6-lane puts a light or a stop sign on the highway. Big mistake.
you don't want that crap.
Did you get that from my tutorial video I made 3 years ago?
I didn't know
I made 3
that you
years
did
ago.
that.
I made one 3 years ago.
Oh,
Go
very
check
nice.
it out.
I must go watch that one.
It goes into detail.
Did you really for City Skylines? Mm-hmm. Are you sure you made it?
Maybe I never posted
I
it.
think maybe you did it on
He
stream.
recorded it. He did it. He edited
then
it.
you did it
and
on
then-
stream.
and then bam.
That's exactly what I told you to
Yeah.
do.
Well, I figured it out for myself, and I could have just watched your stream.
It's a
Also,
science,
I've
man.
discovered the underground roads. I like it because it keeps my city looking clean, but they're underground.
Like subways.
Those are not
The
cost
mole-
effective.
The mole people.
I'm making so much money at this point.
He's taxing
it's
the crap out of
ungodly.
Are you doing the solid 12%?
No, I'm
District
at
12,
9,
he's
baby. I'm at 9, and I'm raking in the dough.
But if you bump it to 12%, there's no drawback. They still
Yeah,
love
but
you.
it's a moral thing here.
It's free money. It's free.
I'm
Well,
trying to get to casino. I have an island set aside for casino center, and I want to build up my casinos. But that game is sucking my life. It's so much fun.
yeah.
So much fun. Anyways, thank you very much.
I
sorry.
wanted a special shout out to
that's right.
R56 Cooper and Oz Bundy Boy. We had dinner with them this week.
We did.
Yeah.
We did meet up. They came to visit us from Australia, from
Got
down
a-
under. Just did a quick meetup there here in the U.S.
Got a flask.
They're in chat right now, so I wanted
They
to
are
shout them
super
out.
super cool guys. I just want to say, every time we've met people from the community, everyone has been so nice and refreshing, and it's just such an awesome community. So thank you to everybody for being a part of the community, and special shout out to Cooper and Oz Bundy Boy.
Show the camera, Jordan.
Yeah.
show.
I got a flask.
They gave Jordan an Assassin's Creed flask. He's been drinking out of it
All night.
In fact, we think he has a problem.
yeah.
He's been drinking out of it all night. There you go. That does us for the day. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We love hanging out, talking games. Join us every morning over on Mixer. We're streaming. I'm streaming. It's a good time. If you haven't yet, don't forget, go and rate us, like us, subscribe to us over on iTunes. That helps grow the show. It helps grow the community. It helps expand us, bring us up in our ratings. We're always ranked during the week at some point in the top gaming episodes. So the more likes, the more subscribes on iTunes, the more reviews, the more it helps us. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.
Hey guys, thanks for watching, and we hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that like button below and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to check out more of our awesome videos. We are your #1 source for all things positive gaming. Check out our website at XoneBros.com. You can see the link in the show notes below. And remember, if you're not having fun gaming, you're not doing it right. We'll see you guys next time.